Hey, welcome back. What I'm going to show you in this video is a quick crash course in Photoshop. So what you can see in front of you is two thumbnails from YouTube. And they both have the same title, same description, but you'll notice that one probably catches your attention more than the other. And that is basically a custom thumbnail. Both of them are in fact custom thumbnails, but one of them has been edited in Photoshop. Now, just before we go ahead and I show you how to create custom thumbnails and just give you a little rundown of Photoshop itself, it's important to note that you should be adding custom thumbnails to the videos that you add. On my YouTube channel, for the most part, I haven't done that because I've been kind of lazy, but what you'll probably notice is the more popular videos on the channel, generally speaking, have a higher view count, and this is because when you have multiple videos of the same news segment or something like that, which will always happen. Somebody's watching a video, and then in the suggested videos there could be multiple copies of the same video mirrors that other people who are your competition have downloaded and uploaded. The ones that really get most of the attention, bar the view count, which people look at, are the ones that have more interesting thumbnails. So let's just go ahead and jump straight into creating the top thumbnails that you can see. So I have three images that I've opened up that into Photoshop. It's the Clinton, it's the Trump, and the American flag here. So when you open up Photoshop, first off, the general thumbnail dimensions for this are 1280 by 720 width. So that's 720p essentially. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK here. So very first thing that I want you to look at is the history bar. So essentially what the history bar does is I can do as many changes as I want over here, and I can go back in history. I can also save snapshots. By default, you don't have your history bar here. In order to enable it, you just need to go into Window and click this button here, and you'll get a little dialog box which will be in here. You can just go ahead and quickly customize your Photoshop user interface to however you want it. I have it like this. So I'm going to go ahead and utilize a couple of different tools. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to get rid of the background for both the Clinton image and Trump. So what we're going to do is we are going to use this tool here, the quick selection tool. If your Photoshop is selected on the magic wand tool, all you need to do is click and hold and then select the quick selection tool. So what I'm going to do here is, with my image open here, I'm going to click and essentially drag my cursor, keep clicking the background. You can see that it's also selected a bit of the hair here, so holding Alt, I'm going to keep it held, and I'm going to just sort of paint on the hair a little bit. Now obviously parts of the hair aren't selected, so in order to refine the selection, all we need to do is head over to Select and Refine Edge. A little dialog box will pop up, and it's this. What I'm going to do is make sure it's set to overlay like this so you can see exactly what's happening. I'm going to put Smart Radius on. I'm going to put this to about 2. I'm going to smooth the edges a little bit, and I'm also going to feather it a little bit. I'm going to change this output to New Layer with Layer Mask. Hit OK. I've also got this little paintbrush here, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be painting on the edges, just selecting the bits of hair that I need just to refine the edge. So essentially the selection that I've currently made is everything but Clinton. So I've actually selected the background, but we can go ahead and invert this selection. I'll go ahead and just finish up. So with New Layer with Layer Mask checked, I'm going to hit OK. So what that has done is it's created, it's gotten rid of Clinton completely. But if we click this, I selected the mask here, and in Windows or in if you're on Mac, it's Command, hold Control or Command, and press I. So that's going to invert the mask. So there we have Clinton. I'm going to do the exact same method with Trump. So again, just quickly selecting the background here. You can see that the hand has been selected. Holding Alt again, select the hand over here. Select his suit. Again, select Refine Edge. Let's bump this up a little bit with Layer Mask. And get his easily recognizable hair in here. I think that looks okay. You can see that some of the background here is being selected. So holding Alt, I want to get rid of this. So I'm just going to paint. Paint over this to refine that a little bit. So I'm happy with that. Looks fine to me. Maybe get a bit of his hair here. So again, new layer with Layer Mask, hit OK. So again, selecting the mask, Control or Command I. So now I have both Clinton and Trump here. I'm also going to, you can see I've got a little bit of the background here. Using the paintbrush, basically with a mask, the data of the image is still there. It's different to the eraser tool. So I can actually bring it back whenever I want. So you can see that the white means that it will show, and black means that it will be hidden. So for example, I have my paintbrush selected here, and I have black. So if I start painting, it's getting rid of Trump. I'm going to Control Z, or on my history, go back once. If I press X on my keyboard, or this little button here, it's swapped the default color. And again, showing you, I can bring back some of the information. But let's go back to black, and let's make my brush size a little bit smaller and just paint over here. Get rid of the background. I'm actually going to paint in a little bit of his suit back in over here. We don't actually need it. So I have both cutouts. Next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to, on my new document over here, I'm going to drag Clinton layer and the Trump layer on. So Trump layer first, let's put him in here. And Clinton also in here. So I'm going to turn off the Clinton layer for the moment, and with Trump, Command if you're on Mac and T or Control T will bring up the transform tool, or you can go to edit and free transform. It's this one. So holding Shift and Alt, I can resize this accordingly. I'm just going to move Trump about here. Hit enter, that's fine. And going back to Clinton, in fact I've already got a layer over her here. Again, Control or Command T, and I'm just going to resize this a little bit. Holding Shift and Alt. Let's put Clinton in here. Just like that. So obviously, again, when you're thinking about the images, you want images that are particularly provocative. So these aren't very flattering images of either. So if anything, you probably, again, depending on your audience, you can either equally offend everyone, or you can channel your offensiveness to one particular side, be it Republicans or Democrats, so just all of them. that's my recommendation, because obviously they both have their downfalls. Trump having many downfalls, but there we go. So now I've gone back to the flag over here, and I'm going to just drag and drop this in here. I'm gonna put this back here, and with layers, the way you need to think about layers is just that they're stacked. You know, you imagine layers of glass. You can place one on top of the other. It's the same sort of thing. So I'm going to put that at the bottom, and using the text tool, let's go above everything. So I'm going to type in versus, and then I'm going to increase the size. Again, you can hold Command or Control T and just bring up the size. Let's move Trump a little bit, and maybe Clinton a little bit, just like that. So again, with Photoshop itself, files save as a JPEG, or a PSD is the Photoshop file, which you can always edit again, use it as a template for things like that, if you wanted to. That's another recommendation that I would suggest that you use too, is that you have a template. So for example, if there was like a series of videos, you could have a theme with, you know, having the same background and potentially just changing the Trump image and the Clinton image accordingly. But yeah, so I hope this has been somewhat helpful in thinking about YouTube thumbnails, and just a little crash course into Photoshop itself. But yeah, and again, depends on the niche, right? But yeah.